Here we go.
A hidden, intricate web links hundreds of popular food brands to work done by U.S. prisoners. A 2-year Associated Press investigation found that everything from grains, meat, eggs, and milk had been grown, harvested, or produced by incarcerated people. And their labor finds its way into the supply chains of some of the most recognized brands and largest food companies in the world.
These types of agricultural programs are being run at prisons across the country. Dozens of them generate revenue. Those are the green dots you see there on your screen. One penitentiary highlighted by the AP is the state prison in Angola, Louisiana. A prison spokesperson there pushed back on the slavery comparison, saying Angola has transformed with large-scale criminal justice reforms. The official pointed to other programs like educational and spiritual options that prisoners can choose from. NBC's Lester Holt met with one prisoner who took that route back in 2019. Watch.
What is it like to serve time in the same prison that your father was executed in?
At first, it was embarrassing. I just knew I had to do something different than just do time and die in prison. I was able to go to the seminary. I graduated with a BA, 3.91 average in 2013. I was selected to be a social mentor.
Joining me now is Robin McDowell. She and her colleague Margie Mason are the authors of this sweeping investigation. Robin, welcome. Thanks for joining us this evening. The story that we just heard, that's just one example, right? What did your investigation find on a broader scale about the experiences at Angola and prisons that have these agricultural programs across the country?
Well, we discovered mainly that people are being forced to work for pennies, sometimes nothing at all. And that really these, in our opinion, are some of the most vulnerable workers, because if they refuse to work, they can be punished. That can mean being sent to solitary confinement. It can mean losing the chance at parole. If they get hurt, they really have very few protections at all. They're not protected by basic things like the Fair Labor Standards Act if they're injured. And if they're killed, the Prison Labor Reform Act makes it very difficult to sue.
And we're hearing comparisons to slavery. Let's remind people what the 13th Amendment says about slavery. Quote, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. Robin, what can be done if this is enshrined in our Constitution?
Well, I think people need to remember, a lot of things that are legal are not necessarily right. We can look directly at slavery. Efforts are underway now to make changes to that, to the amendment, and also similar language in state constitutions. I guess that is a start. There are also efforts to try to get people who are working behind bars or as part of work release programs to at least get paid fairly and to be protected.
We know this investigation calls out really large companies like McDonald's, Whole Foods, General Mills. Do they know what is happening, and have they responded to your reporting?
Well, just to make a distinction between how these goods are ending up in the supply chains of some of these biggest products. Some big companies buy directly from big prison farms and others through third-party suppliers. So I think it depends on how closely they are connected to the actual initial purchase, whether or not they know.
Did anything surprise you during your research as you conducted this investigation, and where do you see this going in the future?
I think really what surprised us most was the lack of protections if something went wrong. I think there are a lot of things to continue looking at in this area, things that I can't really talk about here, but this is really a rich area for investigation.
Mm-hmm. Robin McDowell, we really appreciate your reporting on this.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.